Earlier you mentioned having to have conversations with your parents about this experience that is being Asian American in 2022, 21, 2020 in the pandemic. Of course, violence and discrimination against Asian Americans is not new. It's as old as our history in this country, in America, but it came really under sharp focus during COVID because of all of the anti-Asian rhetoric. What was that experience like for you having to have that conversation with them, worry about their safety? So many of us, I think, have had that calling them and saying, be careful when you go outside. Tell us about like how you felt through that experience and how you coped with it.
Oh, I was just like constantly worried, and I think that I am definitely a worrier in general. And my parents kept brushing it off and said, like, no, it's fine, don't worry. And then, like, 2 days later, there was an attack in Times Square where a woman was like, I think on her way to church or leaving church, and she was violently attacked. And then there were the attacks in Chinatown. There were subway incidents, and it was just like one kind of incident after another over the span of a year and a half. Of course, there were the shootings in Atlanta of the like massage therapists as well, and it's heartbreaking, And you're right, you're so right, Michelle. This is in the history of Asian Americans in the U.S. And so when you think about the Chinese Exclusion Act, when you think about Vincent Chin, or you think about the Japanese internment camps, there is a history of this in America with scapegoating. And it is something that I think, unfortunately, not a lot of people know about. I think there are only 2 states in the U.S. that are required to teach like Asian American history as well, and that's something that is like a movement that I think like there's a lot of change that needs to happen still, but it's a confluence of so many things. Like, we don't have a lot of representation in media and in Hollywood, and so you do often still see Asian stereotypes perpetuated in like movies and in TV shows. I think we are one of the minorities that is just like kind of still semi-acceptable, where they will make like Asian jokes or have actors speak in very thick, heavy accents, even though it's not necessary. It's like used as a like comedic foil. And so I think there's a lot of change yet to come, but again, I am very hopeful about this new generation of youth. Like, I look at my coworkers who are in their like 20s. I look at like I have cousins who are in their teens. I live very close by to NYU, and I just see this passionate, engaged community who are always protesting in Union Square, and I love it. It's like this is what the world needs right now.